This is Hondou TV, the news of the week presented by Abdoulaye Coulibaly. These are the headlines. In Mali, there has been an arrestation 2 weeks ago. 2 generals among those arrested for alleged coup d'etat. The military authorities of Mali announced on Thursday the arrest of a group of military personnel and civilians, including 2 militant generals and a presumed French agent accused of attempting to destabilize the country. The announcement was made by the Malian Minister of Security, General Daoud Ali Mohamedine, during the evening news broadcast by the local media at ORTM. He assured that a thorough investigation was underway and that these events occur within the framework of a continuing crackdown on dissent by the Malian army following a pro-democracy rally in May, the first since soldiers took power nearly 4 years ago. The army has provided few details about the alleged perpetrator of the coup, what is involved, and the French national involved, simply identifying the man as Yann Bézilier. The security minister stated that the French acted on behalf of French intelligence services, which mobilized political leaders, civil society actors, and military personnel in Mali. The situation is completely under control. The transitional government informed that the national public of the arrest of a small group of marginal elements of the Malian army and security forces for criminal acts aimed at destabilizing the institution of the republic, said the Minister of Security, Mohamedine Daoud Ali. The plot was foiled with the arrest of those involved, he added, specifying that the plot began on August 1st, 2025. National television broadcast photo of 11 people, it says, were part of the group that planned the coup. The minister also identified the 2 Malian generals, he said, were part of the plots. One of them, General Abbas Dambele, is a former governor of the central region of Mopti, who was abruptly removed from his position in May 2025 when he called for an investigation into allegations that the Malian army had killed civilians in the village of Jafarabe. The other, General Nema Sagara, was praised for her role in the fight against militants in 2012 in Mali. Like its neighboring countries of Burkina Faso and Niger, Mali has long been struggling against an insurgency led by armed militants, some of whom are allied with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. After 2 military coups, the ruling junta explained that French troops and turned to Russia for security assistance. However, the security situation remained precarious, and attacks by extremist groups linked to Al-Qaeda have intensified in recent months. In June, the military leader, General Assimi Goïta, was granted as an additional 5 years in power, despite earlier promises by the junta for a return to civilian rule by March 2024. This decision follows the dissolution of political parties by the military in May. Now, this leads us to the second chapter of the news of the week, which concerned mainly the arrest of the former Prime Minister, Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga. So the former Prime Minister, Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga, has been placed under remand on Tuesday, August 19, after being presented to the investigating chamber of the Supreme Court. He is being prosecuted for alleged damages to public property in a case related to his management at the head of AGEFO, the Universal Access Fund Management Agency. Mr. Maiga was detained on August 11, 2025, and held in police custody for 8 days at the Economic and Financial Pole. His arrest came in an explosive political context marked by a series of arrests within the army carried out by the ruling junta, which claims to have discovered a plot to overthrow the government. Dr. Shogel Kokala Maiga, a figure of civilian society and a defender of national sovereignty, was appointed Prime Minister by the transitional authorities in 2021. He was dismissed from his position in November 2024 after publicly criticizing the junta, particularly for breaking its commitment to restore power to civilians before March 24. According to his lawyer, Mr. Shekumar Konare, Maiga is calm in the face of the accusations. He believes that a politician should expect anything, including prison and death, he stated in a press release. The case does not only involve Mr. Maiga. 8 former members of his government have also been detained. In contrast, his former chief of staff, Professor Isaka Amadou Singare, 80 years old, will be prosecuted without pre-trial detention due to his advanced age. For several months, the military junta in power in Bamako seems to be tightening the nose around the civilian figures of the transition. The political climate has significantly intensified, fueled by the suspension of the electoral process, alleged human rights violation, and now a series of legal proceedings against former senior officials. Now we come to the last subject of this week broadcast. In Mali, this broadcast is only concerning a significant crackdown by the authorities. Nearly 30,000 units of explosives were seized by the custom offices in Mali. Authorities have just carried out an important operation. Significant quantities of explosives seized in the fight against the criminal network that threatened the Sahel region. All these operations took place on August 21, 2025. The main Office of Intelligence and Fraud Prevention, DRLF, intercepted 20,952 units of explosives at the border post of Benena. These explosives were hidden in a vehicle coming from a neighboring coastal country, according to official reports from the Malian customs. According to the same sources, the operation was led by Inspector General Amadou Konate. Custom officials had been tracking these vehicles since its departure from a neighboring country. It was this surveillance that allowed them to know the trafficker plane. The explosives were ingeniously concealed. In another way, they were hidden under bags of food products and among cartons of alcoholic and energy drinks. This could have misled standard custom checks. It's important to know that the smugglers are not trying for the first time, but for a reason they had several attempted on several occasions. They had stumbled several times. They had failed at the Eremakono and Kuri checkpoint before choosing Benena. Especially the vigilance of Malian customs officials render the strategy ineffective. This seizure is not an isolated case. In July 2025, several similar operations took place. On July 8th, for example, the Mobile Investigation Brigade, BMI, discovered 165 sticks of explosives, 825 detonators, and more than 12,250 meters of detonating cord in 2 buses. They also seized 360 kilograms of mercury. 2 days later, on July 10, 2025, another shipment was intercepted in Bamako. It contained 165 sticks of explosives, 825 detonators, and 9 canisters of mercury. These repeated seizures, just a few days apart, are clear evidence that trafficking in the region is significant. What were these explosives intended for? The authorities, the Malian authorities, have provided a couple of groups. It's worth recalling that in Mali, along with its neighboring in the GS Sahel, Niger and Burkina Faso has been facing a significant terrorist threat in their territories for years. It's therefore not unlikely that they use this explosive material to manufacture improvised explosive devices. The customs statement is explicit on the matter. These explosives could be aimed for criminal and terrorist network. The same ones that recently target our vigilant soldiers on the front lines, preventing their delivery, and that helps to save human lives. Okay, these were the headlines, the news for the week for the Hondou TV. Thank you very much, and have a safe weekend.